Besties, I am here with a haul from First State Comic-Con from a couple days ago. I have two things that are not technically comic book related, even though one is a book and one has comics. They don't necessarily revolve around comics. The first thing I picked up from before the con, but I met up with the seller at the con, and it is one of my favorite pieces ever of all time. I cannot wait to frame it because of how fragile it is. But it is the Farm Journal from November 1925. And it is the cutest thing I have ever seen in my entire life. It's a bunch of little critters just having a little seance around a jack-o'-lantern. And I just love it. I love it so much. The seller posted about some of the books that he got, some of the farm journals. He had a couple witch covers, he had some normal like covers that had dogs on them, but there was this specific one, and I asked him if he had any more, and he did. So I picked this up without even like a second thought. I'm so excited to have this. I can't wait to frame it. It was perfect. And then at the con he was like, yeah, I went to bag and board it and I chipped the cover, so definitely be careful with it, which I plan on doing. So framing that is definitely going to be an option. The second thing that I got is this Charizard EX, I want to say special, super premium collection. And on this side is a Charmander with a couple packs. This side is Charmeleon with a couple packs. And the main show is this Charizard figure with a Charizard EX card, and I saw this on the Pokemon Center website not that long ago, but I've yet to see it in stores. And you know, we saw it at the con and we obviously had to pick it up. There was unfortunately not as much Pokemon stuff as there was last time, so that was kind of a big bummer, but we were able to find this. And I think I'm not one to keep things in box if it is card specific, because I like collecting the cards and things like that. But I had a Pikachu VMAX box that I got a couple years back, and I took it out the box even though I was really debating not. And the figure was placed on my shelf and my cat knocked it over and broke it, and I've still yet to fix it. So I think this one's going to stay in the box for as long as my patience will allow it. The best part of this whole haul, I will say, is that my partner picked up more books than I did, which I was like, yes, they're coming over to the dark side. I cannot wait. I'm so excited. And they found some really, really good stuff, and some stuff that they have wanted to read or just wanted to have in general. So considering my pile is surprisingly a lot smaller than theirs, I think I'll go through mine first. The first one is Batman The New Adventures. This is issue 412, introducing the Mime. I am so excited for this. I have wanted this for quite some time. I love the character, the design of the character, the story. Very, very excited to have this. I found that on the last go. We did a couple in and outs, and we said goodbye at least 3 times, but we kept going back in for more stuff. And that was one of the last runs, so I'm glad that I was able to find that. And this is Batman 447. My homie collects covers like this that have, you know, all this and this right here. I saw this and I was like, yeah, I have to have this. This is so sick. And he's gonna love this. And he did. He was like, this is something I would pick up. So I'm proud about that, because he picks up some really good books. And one of my favorite parts of this specific issue is the newspaper itself also says 447. Now there is a really big, well, it's not really big, it is kind of minor, but there is a bend in the cover that I might have him press out just to make it all cohesive. Again, I'm not really one to care about quality or things like that, as long as I'm able to read it without it falling apart. Not my cat scratching. But yeah, I don't mind if things are a little bit well loved, as long as I'm still able to read them. But if it's something like that, I'm scared that the more I take it out, the more it's going to start to like tear. So I might have him fix that. This one I have looked for quite some time. There's just been so many different pricings that I've seen on a couple streams and just online in general. And I was able to find this at one of the homies' booths. I'm so excited. It's Batman 373, right? Yeah. Where Stalks the Scarecrow. Look at this amazing cover. I have wanted this cover for so incredibly long, and now I have it in my PC, and I'm so beyond excited for this. Scarecrow is one of my favorite villains, and now I have one of my favorite Scarecrow covers. A lot of these are issues that I've been looking for quite some time, so I'm super pumped about that. This is Batman 263, and there's my man Riddler on the cover. I'm slowly working on my DC villains. I have a lot of the ladies, obviously, but I'm starting to get more of the male villains, and Riddler's also one of my favorites. One of my favorite bands, Bad Omens, if you did not know, they released a comic book, I want to say like a year, maybe 2 years ago, and I have issues 1 through 3, but I was never able to get the 4th one. I could never get it from my LCS. I think it was something to do with the distributor. And I was just never able to snag it online because it always just sold out so fast. But this is issue 3, which I already have, but I do not have this variant. So this is Concrete Jungle issue 3. I don't know what the specific variant is. And then this is the last one I needed. This is Concrete Jungle issue 4. And surprisingly, this vendor, while he had no DC things, he was only Marvel and Indie, which I can respect. He did have these. He had a whole bunch of these, actually. I definitely should have picked out more, but it was getting a little hot in the venue, so I was like, I think it's time to go. From that same vendor, I had found this one, and he had another variant as well, and I think he had issue 2, and now I'm kind of regretting not getting issue 2. But this is the Addams Family Charlatans Web. This is issue 1. This is my personal favorite cover. There's Morticia and Gomez as the cake toppers, and they're so in love, and I love this cake. And I think I might try and see if I can find somebody to make that for my birthday this year, because genuinely, it's just a pretty sick cake. I keep saying I know I would say like I would stop using it just comes out. But I think earlier this year, I don't know, time is weird for me. I think earlier this year I went up to a dollar bin sale, and I was still kind of newish into comics at the time, so I was really just going off either things that I've read or just covers alone, and I found a whole bunch of Fables that I just was absolutely in love with. And I'm slowly, like painfully slowly working on completing the whole set, which I'm not that far off. There is quite a few that I'm missing, but my homie found this one and grabbed it for me. It's Fables issue 1. And all like literally the only thing that's wrong with it is that there's multiple spine ticks on the back cover. This is so great, and I'm so stoked to be one step closer to completing my collection. This is the real winner, I think, of the day. Let me see what else I got. Yeah, this is for sure the real winner of what I got from First Date Comic-Con. This is Batman Beyond: Return of the Joker. Eee! Look at it! I have wanted this one for so incredibly long, and he gave us a good deal on it because he's had it for so long and he was just never able to move it. I'm so pumped, so excited. Look how like clean and crispy this cover is in this specific sleeve. I'm obsessed with this. So stoked that I was able to grab that. Shout out to my partner for getting that for me. And I'll explain why they had to get it for me very soon. But this is Batman Year One, Part 1. This is 404. Another cover I've been looking for quite some time that I'm super excited to finally have for a really decent price. This is another one of those things that I've only ever seen, well, not only ever seen, but majority have seen sold in lots. and I think I have another one from this specific storyline. So the lots aren't really what I'm after, or they're super pricey, which I understand. Or I see them being sold singularly, again, super pricey, again, understandable, whatever. But for me, this was a good price, so I grabbed it. This is one of the first covers that I saw stepping into the building. As soon as I stepped in, my friend Brian and Amanda were like, you have to see this. They have this. You need this. Because I have almost every other cover from this specific storyline. But this is Gotham City Sirens, issue 1, exclusive variant cover. And there was definitely more. But I wanted to keep looking around, and I have so many regrets. I have so many regrets of only getting one. But this one is a good one that I'm super excited to have. This part specifically is my favorite. I won't lie. The whole thing is obviously very stunning, but this right here really does it for me. This is book 404, Batman 429, A Death in the Family. Robin is dead, murdered by the Joker, and the Batman can do nothing about it. Or can he? Oh, what a dapper gentleman. I have wanted this cover for so long, and specifically the storyline. I want to say a facsimile from one of these issues. I think I might have one of the originals from this storyline, but I can't remember for sure. Either way, I have this one out, and I'm super stoked about it. This is the Joker number 2, another cover that I've been after. I never thought I would be one to get some of the older books, just because I thought I would only collect/read the last, I want to say 15 years maybe. But something about the older covers and the coloring and the design, specifically with Joker, is just so good, so pretty, so pristine. And this copy is really, really nice because I've seen these even being a little bit more pricey with worse condition. So very excited to have this, and the coloring is just beautiful. I love the sky blue. This is Batman 367, A Slate Case of Poison Ivy, one of my favorite covers of all time. I think this one, once I post it on Instagram, I am going to take it outside and lean it up against a bush to really give it the full Poison Ivy effect. Very excited for this one. I think this is another one where I was kind of speed looking through before we really, really left. And I saw this one and I grabbed it. This is Batman 397, The Triumph of Two-Face, another issue that I was looking for. Super excited to have it as well. Most of these books came from NJ Comic Stop, I believe is the name. Let me double check. I can't remember if it's Stop or Shop. So let me look at that real quick. Yes. NJ Comic Stop on Instagram. Really good dude, really good deals. Had so many books that I absolutely needed or wanted, but was trying to pay attention to other vendors as well. But he has his own cons coming up. I want to say sometime next year in March. What? Sorry, my cat wants my attention. But he has a couple other cons coming up earlier next year that I hope that I'm able to attend. I should be though. Either way, very excited to meet him again and grab some more good deals and books from him. Now this pile, surprisingly, is my partner stuff, which I'm, again, so excited that they're getting into comics and getting into things that I enjoy as well. Pokemon has always been something that we both enjoyed. That was just a given. It's Pokemon. Almost everybody has some type of connection to Pokemon, even if they don't partake in it anymore. But this comics is still kind of new-ish. I've been in and out of the comic community since I was 14, 15. Probably earlier than that, actually. I think I started in middle school. Either way, still kind of newish to me, but it has become something that is really important to me. Just giving me something to do in my free time that isn't just scrolling on my phone, or just the community in general has been an overall great experience. So I'm really excited that they started finding things that they enjoyed within this community. The same vendor that I had gotten the Bad Omens books from and the Addams Family books from, I looked at some of his indie piles, and this was one of the first things that I saw with the Addams Family. a massive long box. Half of it, actually, probably more than half of it, was full of aliens. And this is the first cover that I saw, and I immediately paused and was like, babe, you have to get this. This is the silliest cover I have ever seen. It is an alien, what is it? What, xenomorphs? Smoking a cigar. That's so tough. That's so tough. This is Alien Stronghold, issue 3 of 4. And they surprisingly did really well on completing some of these sets. This is Alien Stronghold, issue 2. Like I said, this dude had more than half a long box just full of aliens stuff, which was really, really impressive. This is Aliens Marines, issue 3 of 12, so we are going to be on the hunt for some of those. Our next con, I think, is probably going to be Ocean City Comic-Con, which is in Maryland. It is the 14th and 15th, and we are most likely going the 15th and leaving the 16th. That is my birthday, fun fact. This is Aliens Hive, issue 3 of 4. Just a nasty, gnarly cover. I love the acid. It is so sick. And this is issue 4 of 4. Again, just a really gnarly cover. Let's see. Next is, I think this is one this is one that they were able to complete. This is Aliens Earth War issues 1 through 4. And it's only a 1 of 4 storyline, or 1 through 4 storyline. This one, I think, might be my favorite cover. No, okay. We'll get there. This is issue 1. Super nasty. I love this specific art style that was chosen. This is issue 2. Horrific. Honestly, would just end it all if it ever happened. This cover is my favorite in this specific set. It's just, it's so ominous. It'd be such a good poster. This is issue 3, I believe. Yes, issue 3. And lastly, this is issue 4. Again, this specific art style I am obsessed with. I wouldn't even know how to describe it other than it's like just kind of grungy. And I like that. Up next, we have Alien issue 1 variant edition. This is the face hugger cover. This is one of the second ones we saw and absolutely had to take it home with us. After the new movie came out, fun fact, I had never really seen the Alien movies. I'd seen them like bits and pieces here and there because my grandfather really enjoyed them. And I never really saw any of the Predator movies other than like clips online. But with the new Alien movie that came out, I took my partner and our homie to see it for his birthday. I fell in love. I thought it was great. So we binged all of the Alien movies and now we're both having like our Alien renaissance. Alien is currently our Roman Empire. This is Alien issue 1 again. This is a variant edition. I believe different years though. I don't remember what years. They might be the same year. I don't think so. This is Alien issue 2. That's so sickening. I would freak out having that thing come at me without even knowing. This is Aliens Rogue 1 of 4. So this one is going to be an easy set to complete because we're only missing 3. So it shouldn't be too hard. Fingers crossed. So we went in there with the intent of, I should probably show these next actually. Hold up. But let me explain. So we went in there with the intent of obviously buying some books. Definitely some Pokemon stuff. They were really looking for some Puppet Master books, and we had found some that were Full Moon Presents specific. But we chose against that because we had almost a complete set of something else. And that vendor that these next books come from can count their days because they took $53 from us, and I did not realize it until 2 a.m. the next night. Anyway, I digress. This is Predator issue 1. I digress. We'll get back to that. This is Alien vs. Predator Eternal. Really sick. They were super stoked about this one. And this was one of the first vendors that we had went to. This is Aliens Defiance issue 2. This is from a different vendor. Not the one who stole $53 from us. I'm fine. This is Dark Horse Presents issue 34. Again, I think this is from a different vendor, I'm pretty sure. Either way, this was the first vendor that we had went to, and there were so many Puppet Master books. We got so excited, and I think in the heat of being excited and finding Puppet Master and 2 Predator books, we were like, oh, maybe this total makes sense. I knew I kind of added things up before giving them the books just to see how much money we would have left. And it seemed incorrect when he said it, but I was like, okay, maybe my math is wrong because I suck at math. Anyway, they can count their days. But we did get a whole bunch of Puppet Masters. I think we're only missing like 2 or 3 issues. This is issue 1. And I'm so excited for the weekend because we'll finally be able to read it together and figure out what this is about, just because, like, going off cover alone, I'm so confused. This is issue 2. Let me try and put these back in order. This is issue 3. Like, what is the tea here? I've seen all the movies, but what is the book about? This is issue 4. But yeah, Puppet Master is one of their favorite movies. This is issue 5. We had Shudder for quite some time. This is one of my favorite puppets back here. I think his name is just the Jester. I can't remember for sure though. But this is issue 6. We had Shudder, the horror-only streaming service, for quite some time, and they had a bunch of Full Moon production, or Full Moon Features movies on there, and they're not great. They are some of the worst movies that I have ever seen in my life, but they're so bad that they're good. One of my favorites on there is Ginger Dead Man. It's terrible. There's no redeeming qualities to it. The Ginger Dead Man is played by Gary Busey. That's a horror show in itself, honestly. But it's just so bad it's good. So Full Moon Features is definitely one of our favorite production companies, and they just recently put something out again. Apparently there's supposed to be another Puppet Master movie coming out to play. This is, I think, this one and the Lion cover that we just went past are probably my 2 favorites from this set. But yeah, apparently there's supposed to be another Puppet Master movie coming out, and me and my partner are both hoping that it's a lot better than the last one that they put out, because they did these puppets wrong. They did them dirty, but it's fine. We'll just pretend like it doesn't exist, like the Nightmare on Elm Street remake they made in the, like, mid-2000s. Loved the cast, hated the movie. This is issue 17. This is issue 19. And lastly, this is issue 20. And one of the reasons I'm so excited to read what this story's about, because if we go to issue 19, they're all wooden, right? Issue 20, they're humans. What happens? What's the tea? So that is the big haul from First State Comic-Con, and I thought it was going to be a lot more than what it was, but considering we blew our entire budget within 5 minutes of being there, and then had to use the credit card for the rest, this makes sense. This checks out. I got some books that I've wanted for quite some time, which I'm really, really, really excited for and pumped about. I cannot wait to post them. And that is really it that we have for that haul. I think my next video, because I got some suggestions, I think my next video will be a mix of my top 10 favorite covers in my PC, plus my top 10 maybe artists or stories. Something along those lines, just to know a little bit more about what I like. Not that anybody's super interested, but it was a suggestion that I thought was cool. So I hope everybody enjoyed this short video, thank goodness. And what's today? Wednesday? I hope everybody has a good upcoming weekend, because who knows when this is going to post. Bye!